Hello, and welcome to today's episode of Leave Me a Lonely Planet. This is episode 2. Believe it or not, today's the first day of summer. Not that you'd think it was, given that it's a pretty miserable 18 degrees. Today we're going to take you on a mystical journey to Sydney's Darling Harbour, which has many, many tourist attractions. We're currently at Circular Quay, which you might remember from episode 1, and we're just going to head on to Wharf 5, and we're going to catch the ferry there.
Handy machines. If you're going to use another type of transport, such as the train or the bus, we recommend using the My Multi. Also featured here at Circular Quay are FPOS only machines. Please note that it does not accept credit cards that do not have a PIN. Then once you've got your ticket, well, if you're on this side of the machines, of the barriers, you probably don't need to worry about it. But if you're coming into the wharf, just put your ticket into the slot, look for one of the barriers that has an arrow pointing in the direction. If you can't work this out, you're probably a bit of an idiot. But anyway, put your ticket in the machine, lift it out, and the gate will open up.
So we're here at Milson's Point, which is home of Luna Park. They've unfortunately had to shut down most of the fun rides because people kept dying. But you can see there's still the Ferris wheel, there's, big slides. It's, a good night out. It's a bit expensive, but if you're into that kind of thing, I'd recommend that you go. What?
The view. Look at the view.
Oh, the view.
So if you disembark here, like us, at the Darling Harbour Terminal, as it's now being referred to, you'll arrive here at the King Street Wharf area, which is, I don't really know what to say about this area. This is clubbing for special interests late at night. There's some very expensive restaurants here. One of Netta and my favourite hotspots is a little place called La Cita. I don't know if it's this way or this way, but it's a salsa / funky music club. It's really nice and it's a good restaurant. But yeah, if you're looking for a nice night out on the town with a beautiful view of Darling Harbour, come around here.
So we're here at the wonderful Sydney Aquarium, which is at the beautiful Darling Harbour. Yeah, there's lots of really cool stuff in here. They've got a glass bottom boat, some dugongs, heaps of different fish and different animals. My favourite is the octopus. They also have really cool glass tunnels with sharks that you can go to, and I think they also do shark diving in there, but you'd have to maybe check that, but probably don't go jumping in of your own accord. You can get student tickets for $14 if you're a student, but that's only between 4 and 8 o'clock at night. Otherwise, for a student, they're $28 and $54, I think, for a family, so 2 adults and 2 children.
Behind me you can see a marina. I think it's privately owned, I don't really know anything about it. But every year they hold the annual boat show. I don't even know when it is. And I hate boats, so I've never been. So check it out if you're into boats and shit that I hate. We're here outside the IMAX Theatre. I'm talking a bit louder because the IMAX Theatre is conveniently located underneath the Western Distributor, aka a major roadway in Sydney to the western suburbs.
Ew.
I don't really know. It's a big screen like any other IMAX. It's sponsored by LG or Life's Good, so it's the Life's Good IMAX Theatre in Darling Harbour. And once a month, I think they probably show pornography in 3D or something. I don't know. It's expensive and it's a good film experience if you like big films and 3D.
So right behind me is the lovely Piedmont Bridge. When big ships pass under it, it actually spins around. It's pretty trippy. We've actually walked around Darling Harbour, but if you don't feel like walking around, you can cut through by going over the bridge. It'll take you to the Piedmont Bridge Hotel, Maritime Museum, and also Star City Casino if you're fond of wasting money.
So if you want to endanger people's lives, there's a wonderful boat here. Used to operate straight out of Circular Quay, but they knocked down the wharf just to piss everyone off. And it's one of these speedboats that just flies around the harbour at deadly speeds and could break your teeth.
Ever wanted to go down into a submarine or pretend you're Captain Nemo from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea? Well, now you can at Sydney's Maritime Museum.
It's actually the National Maritime Museum.
Whatever. Should I start again? Well, let's do it again. Ever wanted to go on a warship or go down inside a submarine or pretend you're Captain Nemo from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea? Well, now you can at the National Maritime Museum.
To finish up our small little tour of Darling Harbour before we continue on to look at the other side of Darling Harbour, we're here at Star City Casino, or is it now apparently called the Star. Australians don't really deal well with name changes. For example, don't call it Sydney Tower or AMP Tower. We call it Centrepoint, just like the Star will for a long time be Star City. It's just like any other casino. There's gambling and a whole heap of other stuff inside. If you want an all-you-can-eat buffet for shitloads of money, go here. But also you'll notice the Lyric Theatre, famous for many a musical. Priscilla was big here. I didn't see it. And Phantom of the Opera, as Neda's mouthing to me right now. But one of the main reasons we're here is because it's a major stop on the Sydney Light Rail network, which we'll use to get back to... Well, it'll be a surprise. We'll show you.
So we're on the light rail at the moment. If you buy My Multi, you have the added advantage of not having to pay for going on the light rail. Otherwise it's $4.40.
And look at that view. Welcome to Sydney's Chinatown. Just like every other Chinatown in the world, we've got the customary red gate. Resembles China, something. And on our right, your left probably, is Neda and my favourite Yum Cha restaurant. Now, for many people who live in non-Chinese cultures or places that don't have Yum Cha is an amazing, wonderful meal type where food gets pushed around in trolleys and you just pick up whatever sort of shit just comes by. It's so good. Try a barbecue pork bun. They're my fave. Well, they're not just my fave, but I like a lot of things, and they're most people's fave, so you'll probably like it too. Come around lunchtime, there's a whole heap of restaurants around the place that you can try in Sydney, and I happen to think that Sydney has some of the best Yum Cha restaurants, because I haven't been to that many other places that serve Yum Cha, unless Hong Kong counts, but Hong Kong's not that close to Sydney, so give it a try when you're here, and yeah. Opposite the Dixon Street Chinatown Fair, we can see wonderful Market City. On the ground floor we have Paddy's Markets, which is open Wednesday through Sunday. There you can find all sorts of wonderful household items for cheap, and lots of great Australian tourist memorabilia that's probably not so official, but what is official these days? It's wonderful and cheap. And on the upper levels you find some other discount retail stores, and on the top level there's food court and cinema. And it's a Sydney institution that's been around for years, I guess, and there's also fresh fruit and veg if you don't like wherever you're staying's food.
So we're in King Street, Newtown. Newtown is one of the two hipster areas in Sydney, the other one being Oxford Street. Here you'll find all kinds of amazing restaurants, lots of little slightly more expensive boutique shops, really good op shops as well. and we're off to one of our favourite restaurants right now. So we're in our favourite eatery. It's called Happy Chef. It's on King Street on the station, the train station side. I like to get the seafood wonton soup and Jakob likes to get a combination lux, and we pretty much get the same thing every time we eat here, which these days, since we both have no money, is a little less, but we used to go about once a week. So yeah, we highly recommend that you come here and sit in this corner table because this is our table.
Our food just arrived and check out that soup. Hi.
Hi.
So we just finished editing episode 2 and we realised that we hated the ending we had again.
Hated it.
So we thought we'd make a new one, and we've just had to adjust the camera so that it didn't make us look too hideous or that
Naked.
one of us was fully clothed.
Yep.
So we are both fully clothed, FYI.
Unfortunately.
Tops and bottoms.
Yep.
So we hope you enjoyed a bit of Darling Harbour. We don't really hang out there that often, so it was a good bit fun to...
It's a bit far of a walk, you see. Like, you have to walk down a hill.
Scratching my nose.
It's about 10 minutes to walk from our usual route of public transport. We took you guys the scenic way this time.
We went all out, and we've been tourists in our own city. And we hope you enjoy, and we're looking forward to making another episode of LMAP ASAP.
Bye.